say give me, Brother Jack? I say give Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I want to say this before I jump right in it, amen. What thinks of Brother Jack? He ain't no respected person, is he? Amen. That brother rebuked his wife and sister-in-law right in front of everybody. So if he ever rebukes you or your kids, you can't get mad. Look at your neighbor and say, he ain't no respected persons. That means you like Jesus, man. Y'all give Brother Jack a cheer. Thank God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And I feel the presence of the Lord up in this place. And can I tell you this, folks? No, actually, I was telling some folks here not too long ago. I'm thinking about camp meetings. Amen. You know, I think camp meeting, Brother J.D., as I said the other day, should be called remembering time. Hello, somebody. Amen. Or the time of reminding. Amen. Welcome to a great reminder 2023. What you talking about, Brother Joy? Amen. The special thing about these camp meetings, especially when you go year after year after year, amen, is that when you go, you think you're just happy because you're seeing your friend or your buddy or someone you hadn't seen in a while, but it goes deeper than that. What you talking about, preacher? Amen. How many know when we leave camp meeting, just like this year, every year we've ever left one, we've had to go back to our hometowns. We're back to the same hometown devils, hometown problems, hometown situations. Everything that you face in the regular life, amen, you're going to go into another year and you're going to face it again. But the beautiful thing about this is that when you come to camp meeting, Brother Jack, you're reminded, amen, that God has people all over that are doing the same thing at church. I wish someone would clap their hands and shout yes. You think you're alone. You think that I'm the only one going through depression. I'm the only one fighting anxiety. I'm the only one got church members that are that malcontents. Come on, someone. I'm the only one that the devil's messing with. And can I tell you, amen, there's brothers and sisters all over this land that's facing the same thing that you are, but they're still walking. They're still standing. And why? Because they serve the same victorious God that you do. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Woo, glory. Easy to preach here tonight, people. I'm going to tell you. I actually remember this the other day and shared it with him also. Matter of fact, I believe he said it right here in this pulpit a few years ago at Brother Joe Hall. He made a statement, and it was simple, but it was so profound to me. Very profound. He said, think about a map.
All right.
Now, these days, I was telling folks the other day, Brother J.D., remember? You have to ask, how many of y'all know what a map is?
Exactly. We used to have an atlas. Yeah.
People got Jesus. You be surprised you know what a map is. But all us older folks and the younger older folk like me, not you. All of us folks that have been around for a minute, if you were evangelizing any time before 2000, amen? Like what the pastor said, you used to have every year. You go when they come out, that brand spanking new Rand McNally Road Atlas. How many of you like some of that? Woo-hoo! That was the best one too, y'all. Amen. And every page had a state on it. Some of the big states might have been on 2 pages, but and I can remember getting that old map out, and if you wanted to go from point A to point B, you had to, we did this, so you just scare people to death, right? Spread that big old map right over the steering wheel. Just driving. And I remember Michelle Neely's mama, frightened to death. And you're trying to, I gotta get to point B, amen. And you're just looking at the route. You gotta make sure you ain't gonna miss your interchange. Somebody hear me, amen. Praise God. Get them old road atlases. It didn't matter how many states you went to, had one for every state. But think about this. Remember what Brother Billy just said that night? He said, think about a map. He said, now, think about all those little dots all over those maps. Ooh, I'm about to run, y'all, and I'm fat and tired and out of shape. I got a feeling if I run, I somebody else. Amen. Because listen, when I think about that statement, every one of those states and all those multitude of dots, amen, not just New York City, amen, not just Los Angeles, California, come on, you look on some of the maps, some of the good ones have Norristown, Georgia on it, come on. You might find one or two with counted on it. You know somebody, if you're ever in the country, you know how important that is. It's tiny. It might be the one place smaller Norristown, though it's close. You have to flip the point. Amen. I mean tiny. Amen. It could be Saginaw, Michigan, or Weaver, Hitchcock, Florida. Come on, any public, Alabama. Amen. Whatever, you just name any of these places. They seem like thousands of them, Brother Jack, on this one state map. Amen. Dots fill that place. What he said, Brother Joy, what he said that night was this, that think about it, every one of those dots, in every single dot on that map, God has people. I said every one of those dots, God's got people. I'm here to remind you tonight that you're not alone. I'm here to remind you tonight that you're not by yourself. I'm here to remind you tonight even that God's got an army and it's going to march forward in the victory. I wish somebody had behind the side. You ain't alone. I'll tell you this. That battlefield, somebody said this morning, this is Brother Barrick, that battlefield of the mind. I tell you this, and I've told you this before in the past, that devil's only strong as you let him be.
Come on. Yes.
Think about this. In every situation, and this is common to every one of us on the sound of my voice, the battlefield is never different. It's always here. Always. My battlefield, my mind. Your battlefield, your mind. Where's your battlefield at? Where's your battlefield at? Brother Bowers, where's your battlefield? We take time with everybody in here, and everybody would say it, that their battlefield is in the mind. Why do you think, and I usually talk about this, but it's all right, God's good. Amen? Why do you think that as we rapidly approach the end of the age, that there's so many people diagnosed, falsely or otherwise, with oppression of the mind? Because, I'll be honest with you, the adversary of your soul wants to so dishevel this battleground up here. Come on. That he can speak to your heart and speak to your mind and make you doubt everything that you've ever learned. I wish somebody lift your hand and say, help us, Lord. Now, I know I'm not shouting and running right now, but that's okay. This is just as important and as profound. People, good saints of God, and I won't mention any, but I can just think of several saints of God, people that love God, that really loved Him and really served Him, JD. Have gotten into positions in this most recent hour to where their mind is so disheveled and confused even, and so addled, to put it in an old country term, that they can hardly feel like they got the victory anymore. Amen? Now, and you want to see kind of the one that kind of really toppled it over big time. And I can tell you when, amen. It was during the COVID thing, amen. And I'm not here to kick people, preach on masks, or anything like that, amen. I'm just telling you this, that very large number of Christian people begin to battle in their mind with fear. Fear! Fear gripped them. Amen. There have even been cases where some took their life, amen, not because they didn't love God or trust God, amen, but because they've been so just anguished by fear and confused by fear, and then lack of sleep because of fear, until their minds and their brains was in such a place they didn't even know if they were on the planet or not. Why? Because in the battleground of the mind, amen, they were able to get in there and be deceived by the adversary of their soul. Amen. Can I tell you this tonight? We got to march forward with that fortitude. Amen. That God is with us. us, and it don't matter who's against us. Come on. Yeah, we got to put fear to flight. So we got to put fear to flight. Here's the thing. Let's picture a real battle. Any historians in the house? Amen. I'm a historian. Amen. My degree says I am anyway, whether I am or not. I was actually one before I got one. That's right. I picked that. But think about this. Think about history. You go down and pick any great general of any age and ask him. It's a custard. Have mercy. We're going to lay that right here, brother. As Custer might have been okay, general. He wasn't a very good person. That's why he got left out here. Amen. You might not know that. There were a couple of units that just stayed under the trees and let them have at it. That's one of the little nuggets everybody don't know about. See, unless you know. You know what I'm saying? But if you were to give any of those generals, if you were to go up there and say, I will let you pick your battlefield.
Yes. Come on. Come on.
How many of them would say, yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, let's do that? Why? Because they understood the fundamental importance of home field advantage. Come on, someone hear me. Amen. They understood the fundamental advantage of home field advantage. Think about this. Amen. If this is the battleground, if this is the place where the fight's going, why are you being beat up on when you got the home field advantage? We are fighting uphill. We're like, oh my God. Going through all this, woe is me. You know, Brother Orton, he's a preacher talking about something. He used to like to quote, gloom, despair, agony on me. Whoa. Y'all remember that, don't you?
Yes.
Only us real country folk. Yeah. Brother Barrett still remember when it come on. Hallelujah. You love Jesus, Jesse? Yes, Lord. But we act like we're just so befuddled sometimes. When the truth of the matter is this, and the Bible is filled with this stuff, y'all, to help us overcome this stuff. See, but what happens if you allow that terrain, if you allow the enemy to make you feel like it's his? And guess what? You'll lose your focus. You'll turn your attention away. I said this the other day. It might have been here actually when I preached on Tuesday. Can't remember. But when we get in trouble is when we turn the focus to ourselves. As a matter of fact, I'll say that the reason that's come back to my mind is that about 4 people that spoke. Brother Barrett said different ones. Amen. Even Sister Martha. And people that got up and spoke today. Amen. They kept saying that. You remember the statement? It's all about Jesus. It's all about Jesus. We got to turn our eyes to Jesus. I mean, that's not just games or placating him. It's a fact, a truth that gives us victory. We have to turn our attention and our focus on Jesus. People get in trouble when they got to focus on themselves. If you're focusing on yourself, you'll see your weaknesses. If you focus on yourself, you'll see your problems. If you focus on yourself, you'll see your past defeats and humiliations, and you'll forget that the deliverer of your soul is mightier in all those things. Would you clap your hand and say amen? The focus, the importance of our focus should be on Jesus. You know, I won't tell the whole thing, but I remember, I think it was a couple campaigns ago, because I think Brother Darrell Stafford was one I was using as an example. Believe you, when I got down here and told you, tell me what you see in my eye, I remember that. We focus on ourselves too much. And I understand why. I'm not saying it's okay, but I understand why. See, because we do have issues, right?
Right.
We got problems. We got, I'll just keep the word issues, okay? We got issues. Lift your hand if you got issues.
Come on.
All of us do, because we people. And honest to God, and half the things that you get aggravated people out, if you learn this one phrase, It's kind of helped me out a lot in my life.
Come on.
People are people.
People. Amen.
You know, I mean, I was in revival in a certain state. I won't say it because we're recording. But if they're paying attention, they can figure it out. On the way to revival, Brother JD, it's a long time ago. My girls got me something they were tiny. I didn't start school yet. So little they were. And I'm a southern boy. You know.
Come on, yeah.
We ain't down with all that snow and stuff.
That's right.
And Brother Brian, I was going to say, I thought the Lord had blessed me to get this Audi 5000. I don't know if they really think it was a blessing. Because you could get it, the payment was okay, but if it ever tore up, oh dear Lord, parts. Help me, Jesus. So, could pass that one up. Anyway, nevertheless, we were driving between northern states in the far north, and brother, a big snowstorm came. And we was around about Kentucky. And I mean, and just at a standstill. I mean, just sitting in traffic. Now me, I don't want to be cold. That heater's running full bore, man, just going. Working, it's going to town. Getting on it, Brother Jack, just blowing nice hot air. We're just sitting still. Well, all of a sudden, unbeknownst to me, this real fancy car, quote unquote, has some plastic in the water line somewhere, and it got so hot just from running it steady that it melted it, and the water sprays out.
All right.
Now, in the old days, in the days when you had a gauge, you could have seen that fitting to happen, right?
Exactly.
No gauge, this is a light.
Come on.
And the light comes on, I'm like, oh no, temperature light, turn it off, too late.
Uh-oh.
Too late.
Too late.
Aluminum head, warped the head. We're stranded, okay? I'm getting at something. We're stranded. Don't know what to do, got no money. And so, eventually I got a hold of my brother and another young man, and they were in just the bulk of it's getting hammered by the snow up there in this particular state.
Come on. Come on.
And they weren't supposed to be on the road. And matter of fact, these folks got mad at them because he said, man, that's my brother. I'm going to get my brother and his kids.
That's right.
And so, Brother Wayne, must you remember Brother Wayne and Brother Walt, they jumped in the vehicle and they come down and texted me and then because it's so bad snowstorm. And they come fetch us. And brother volunteers to get a car down there in Kentucky and pull it back on a trailer. Good fun, man. Matter of fact, it was Randy Large's dad, I believe, was the one that did that. And they pull it back. Now I'm just telling this all over. And so they pull it back. Now here's the deal. I got a revival, but I ain't got no car, Brother Gary, so I'm just going to do what I do. I'm not worried. I never heard of any preacher that went on a revival and grew old and died in a place he broke down. Amen?
That's right.
Matter of fact, anytime I've ever had a vehicle break down on the side of the road, I'm like, you know what? I don't see the highway just lined from hither to gone with vehicles broke down. Something happened. God's good. And so, the word gets out, partly because of Michelle DJ's mother. She will make sure the word got out. We are broke down. Heralds with trumpets. Town criers galloping on horses through all the territories. We are broke down in the great white north. No, it ain't that far north, but it's white to us. We're from Florida. And Brother Gary, I mean, find people of God that love us.
Yes.
One of them being this church,
Come on.
Norristown Revival Center.
Come on.
My home church at Otter Creek.
Come on.
And at the time, Brother Randy Johnson from Bryant, Arkansas, had a church lighthouse in Bryant, Arkansas. They all took up offerings to send us money.
Come on.
Because they loved us.
Yeah.
And they wanted to help us get the car fixed if we could. And they understood that we could do more together than we could individually.
That's right.
So I want to get it fixed on my own.
Come on. Come on.
So, there's a brother up there. I know he's going to fix it. Now, here goes the part to my people. So, Brother Jack, I'm trying to pick up the phone, Brother Wayne's house, the call someone, and the line's open. You know, back this landline, some of y'all don't know what that is. It's a phone that has this hardwired into your house. And you pick it up. Sometimes if someone didn't hang up on the other end, it would be an open line. And you would still be connected to their line.
That's right.
Young folks, that's what a landline is. And I'm like, well, who is this? And maybe we can let them know. And I noticed it happens to be the pastor of this church. And, no, that's Pastor so. I'm like, I start yelling, hey! Because I got a big voice. I've not been told that. Hey! Just through the line, hoping they would hear some commotion and hang up. I'm like, oh, they didn't hear me. But then I started realizing, Sister Patty, they were having a conversation. And they were talking about somebody. They were giving him down the road and running through the dirt. It was me. Oh man, let me have it.
Come on.
Like I said, I'm gonna get my car and break it down here. And so being me, Brother Joe, I just started laughing, man. I started laughing. I'm like, dear God, people are people.
People are people.
Oh, Jesus, help us.
Needless to say, Michelle D's mother didn't have the same thought. She wasn't up to people or people school. She was only getting them told school. But no, tell them that. Don't worry about it. They're just people like, look, what you do when you get to a situation like that, put a little check mark, write her name, and you're just kind of aware of who they are, but just love them. And pray that you can preach a word that will change them. Amen. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes people just run their mouth and talk to talk. Amen. They don't even mean half of what they say sometimes. And needless to say, word got back to that person that I was aware of the conversation. And you know the response? She just started weeping, crying. It broke her heart, see? You know why? She really didn't get it. She was just a Yankee, didn't understand Southern ways, how to take care of each other. Give love hand, Southerners. She didn't understand that. You know, they're kind of more highfalutin than we are. They didn't understand that pull together business, you know. But I said I'd like to say this. That, well, obviously when the Bible about Jesus being tempted, it says, such as common to man. Remember that phrase? There's some commonalities that we have. In other words, people are people. And we have issues. We've got problems. Amen. Just as you, everyone sitting in the seat, you have your issues and you have your problems. Now, is Brother Joey saying this to excuse our issues? And to say that we should all forget about it? No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm telling you, first of all, I'm telling you, it's to do some remembrance. Somebody say amen. Thank God. Remember, amen, that your God is mightier than your issue. Your God is mightier than your little defective character. Your God is mightier than the idiosyncrasies that buffet you sometime. And if you would take your focus off of your problems and of yourself and put it on Jesus, then we go away. Why? Because you're walking over them. Somebody say amen. You're walking in victory over them. That point I was making, I said, well, I used Brother Darrell as an example that year. A good friend of mine, mentor really, Brother Mike Shreve, wrote a book once about titles of children of God. Remember, one of them was the apple of his eye. So, the reason people focus on themselves, like I said, we have issues, and there's some kind of built-in inherent fear, a natural man, that if I don't worry about my stuff, who is? If I ain't looking out for number one, who is? Hello. If I'm not concerned with my issue, who is? Can I tell you this? If you will focus on Him, you turn the focus from yourself and you put it firmly on Jesus. The Bible said that you are the apple of His eye. And I don't know if you remember what it meant. Remember, it meant the little man. That word apple literally means the little man. Even the little man in your eye. What's it saying? How many know who the little man is? Now, if you look at your neighbor's eye and look real close in the center of the eye, you know who you're going to see? You're going to see yourself. Even you are the little man in God's eye. I said, you are the little man in God's eye. You are the one. And if you're focused on that, that's the only way you can get it. Amen. To see that little man, you have to be intently focused on Him. Amen. And in turn, His focus is on you or somebody. But praise the Lord in this place. Amen. Forget about yourself. Forget about your problem. Forget about your past. Forget about your defeats. Forget about the defects of character. And more with God. And let Him perfect you. Somebody say amen. That's really what the man of God was preaching this morning.
Come on, yeah.
God, I was sitting this morning. That's wow. That's why I can say wow.
Wow.
What a word. What a word. My God. Folks, he's talking about a church that's not standing still in stagnation. Amen. And the church is made up of people. Amen. So he's really talking about Christians, also individuals that are not standing still in stagnation. Amen. They built this real pretty box to keep God in, because we got it all figured out, and we're just willing to stand still. But can I tell you, God does not have a church that's a stand still church. It's like Sister Patty said this morning. This church is a put one foot in front of the other church. It's a church that's on the move. It's a church that's on the march. It's a church that's going forward in Jesus' name. Show me any army that was just satisfied. And I'll show you one that's a defeated army.
Come on now.
You know why people have a hard time with that thought, that trying to get people out of that boxing God in thing? It's because, first of all, there's something inherent to human beings. We like to have an out. What do you mean, Brother Joey? Well, what I mean by that is, we like to have somebody or something to blame if things don't go right. Here's everybody. My wife's a little mad about that. I was driving over this morning, and she got me all hopped up about something. Not super serious, but just my focus was on making a point. And I realized at the last minute, it's one of these crazy little country railroad tracks with no rails. No rails.
No rail.
But they didn't have a stop sign. I'm like, oh no. What if a train be coming? So of course, me being a good husband, I said, you could have got me killed. You would have got 2 kills. She said, you needed to take blame. That's you. You weren't paying attention. You know how we do. Yeah, but you were distracting me. She said, he does it too, huh? She gave him a big nudge. We all do that. See, because there's something inherent to people that to blame.
Yeah.
But they point to give a reason for something, see? And so, if we adhere to this boxed-in set of ideas, whether it be we just call it God or our credo or whatever, and things don't go right, we can say, well, that didn't work for me. It's that's fault. Whether it be the church, whether it be your quote-unquote belief system, or whether you want to get straight to the nitty-gritty and be a big-timer and blame God.
Yeah.
See? That's what's fearful for some to cast out the box, to break the box.
That's right.
And just put the responsibility on your relationship with Jesus.
That's right.
See, because here's the mark of a real Christian, folks. I'll be honest with you. The true sons of God are Spirit-led. For as many as are led by the Spirit, they are what?